Welcome to SVG-TV News for Wednesday, August 5th, 2015. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. A bill was yesterday passed in Parliament authorizing the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to borrow a soft loan in the sum of $5 million from the Republic of China and Taiwan. According to Prime Minister Dr. Gonsalves, the $5 million loan is to assist in the financing of the construction of the Argyle International Airport. Dr. Gonsalves says the Republic of China and Taiwan has already agreed to provide the funding, and all agreements are now being put in place to have the monies accessible to SVG before the end of this year.
The urgency of securing this particular approval is due principally to the fact that some resources which were to come from monies which we had approved in respect of the sale of lands, we have not received all of those resources as yet, given the difficulties which had existed, as I had pointed out before, between developers in Canouan. And we have to make sure that the work goes on apace. And we are nearing completion, and we need to have all the resources in hand to make sure that the work is being done as the management of the IADC, the International Airport Development Company, has planned for it to be concluded.
Parliamentary representative for the Northern Grenadines, Dr. Godwin Friday, while making his contribution to the debate on the bill, says he is of the view that the people of SVG are tired of hearing what has been described as false promises on the Argyle International Airport.
And the Prime Minister, in his presentation today, Mr. Speaker, there was so much vagueness in the language that it makes me feel no confidence whatsoever that that project will be completed this year or next year. Mr. Speaker, the truth of the matter is, we're hearing all these promises. We're hearing all these requests. We're hearing all this talk about investment is coming and all these wonderful projects that are in the pipeline. And we are simply just to accept it. When we have had a track record, Mr. Speaker, broken promises, wild, speculative kind of pronouncements on this airport, Mr. Speaker, and then we are supposed to accept it when they say, well, okay, give us another $5 million when we'll be done by September.
Meanwhile, this country's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Camillo, argues that everyone needs to be united and stand in support of the International Airport project for the overall development of SVG.
Cannot advance. We cannot believe in ourselves if we keep pulling ourselves down. And that is the root. That is the root of some of the opposition to this project. We need, Mr. Speaker, and I want to say as well, that to call the coalition of the willing the coalition of the dead is an affront to every nation that has assisted St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the construction of the International Airport at Argyle. It is an affront to the very government and people of Taiwan who are lending us their money again to assist in the construction of the airport. Taiwan is a member of the coalition of the willing. They, in large part, helped us with the construction of the terminal building, but they are being lumped into a coalition of the dead, as if their contribution is insignificant or something to be mocked. As the person with the portfolio for foreign affairs, I think that is a dastardly act, and that it should be apologized for.
The 13th of August 2015 marks 7 years since actual work commenced on the Argyle International Airport, and upon completion the project is estimated to have a value of $270 million. This country's Minister of Agriculture says St. Vincent and the Grenadines will continue with the cultivation of cocoa as part of the agriculture diversification exercise. Minister Sabota Keizer made the statement while answering a question posed by Member of Parliament Roland Patel Matthews as to which company has taken over the cocoa project following the departure of Amajaro. Matthews also inquired about the steps being taken by the government to ensure that farmers and other stakeholders involved in cocoa production maintain confidence to continue with the cocoa initiative. The Agriculture Minister explains that the germplasm and some 300 trees to be planted have been acquired by government, and adds that farmers have also been compensated for losses they may have incurred.
Because they had waited for a particularly long period, or longer than they had anticipated, to plant this 2,000 acres of cocoa, that they were no longer interested in the project and that they wanted to terminate the agreement. Persons who had contracts with the cocoa company, the locally registered company, received compensation, and one, Mr. Harry Marriott, who resides for most of the year in Beckway, and Mr. Andrew Hadley took over the St. Vincent Cocoa Company. The germplasm was handed over to the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, along with 300,000 cocoa plants. I want to note categorically, Mr. Speaker, that with or without any foreign investment, cocoa is going to be a part of the diversification program of this country.
Dubbed the My App Summer Program, the National Telecommunications Regulatory Commission, the NTRC, is exposing 12 young Vincentians to the creation of application and computer programming. The participants, aged 11 to 17, are engaged in the month-long exercise, which began on July 20th and will end on August 20th at the Smart Lab facility at the Technical College. Speaking to SVG-TV News earlier today, lecturer Jason Alexis says he is impressed by how well the students have been learning and outlined some of the technologies the students have been exposed to.
I teach the children how to code and design applications for Android devices.
So what does that involve? For somebody who, like me, who is a little bit challenged, what does that involve?
Well, what I did at first is I taught them how to code in Java, which is a programming language that we use to talk to computers. And after that, we moved on to using a program called Android Studio. And this is where they started designing and coding applications for Android devices.
Program Coordinator Shontelle Murphy says the App Summer program is necessary for the people of SVG as they seek to become even more technologically inclined, not only as users, but also as producers.
St. Vincent is usually described as some place that are consumers of content rather than producers. And if we look around, this is a budding opportunity to start tapping into that field, because ICT is new, and we need to start getting around the bandwagon. The NTRC is definitely onto something here. There's no doubt that the NTRC is a beacon in its field, and we basically like to encourage more persons to get involved, because it basically gives you the technique. It's a skill that you learn. And once you learn it, nobody can take it away from you. This is a budding field, and we'd like to encourage persons to definitely get on board and start putting the expertise to build their ideas and help it to develop.
Meanwhile, some of the students expressed their enthusiasm in such a program and added that they are interested in furthering their careers in technology.
Challenging at start, but after you get done in the days and more learning about the coding, it gets very easier every day and every day.
So far we've been learning how to use codes to tell the computer what to do, basically. I would like to use the knowledge I have in coding in the future to learn how to make my own apps so I could get some money.
people in St. Vincent, well, youths, who just use this as a future building thing. And I'd just like to use this to build up my own future, because I'm into technology and all this stuff, yeah.
Okay. And of course, to be the best. I tried hard at first because it was very difficult, you know, because I never experienced programming before. But in the first week, I've been doing well.
How to code things, and we have been using Android Studio. Yeah, and it has been a good experience for me so far, and I think I will use my knowledge in the future to learn how to make more apps.
When I came here at first, it was a bit challenging, but as the programming soaked in, it became a wonderful experience, and I thanked the NTRC, my App Summer program, for giving me the experience.
We Are Uploaders is the theme under which the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Trade, Commerce and Information Technology will host its 2015 Science and Technology Summer Program. The program is scheduled to commence on Monday, August 17th and run through Thursday the 20th. The activity targets 13 to 15-year-olds who have a thirst for creating positive content online. Students will be tasked with relying on creativity, imagination, writing, researching, photography, and video production. Students interested in increasing the presence of local content on the internet are asked to apply. This summer program will be held at the Telecommunications Conference Room on the 4th floor Clico building, beginning at 9:30 a.m. daily. All participants are asked to bring along their laptops. President of the Caribbean Health and Education Foundation, Odell Bussue, is advising this country's government to fight kidney diseases on a regional level. Bussue, while speaking at Monday's opening of the screening program for chronic kidney disease, diabetes and hypertension at the Girls High School, says joint efforts will lead to greater impacts and progress in the fight of these diseases, which will be of significant benefit to the people and economies of the region.
This is an important health issue, health challenge for all Caribbean governments. We cannot take this matter lightly. We need to tackle this problem. Together, we can face this challenge, we can tackle this challenge, and we can accomplish much. Our goal is to highlight opportunities for improving the health status of the countries in the OECS region, and to facilitate closer dialogue between healthcare practitioners, policymakers, educators, and community leaders in developing and implementing strategies to improve the health of these populations. We also want to heighten community awareness about the prevention and management of key health conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, chronic kidney disease, breast cancer, prostate cancer, and HIV/AIDS. We want to promote healthy lifestyles.
Vincentians are being reminded that every little bit counts when it comes to aiding the less fortunate in and around St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The reminder came from retired police officer Johnathan Nichols, who pledged to do his part in aiding the Society for Persons with Disabilities. Nichols, while speaking at a handing over of scholarships to disabled children here, says that the smallest amount a person or business can donate to the society will go a long way in helping the disabled children improve their lives.
Every little bit counts. Everything we can do as individuals to help less fortunate persons is important. It doesn't matter, it's not about how much wealth and possession you can acquire. That really does not count if you do not consider the less fortunate or the lesser fortunate person or less fortunate persons. The corporate sectors, the business sector, individuals. You don't have to be a business person. Every little bit counts. Get in touch with the society here, Mrs. Cumberbatch, as Roy, and me if you want to get in touch with me and make a contribution. It will be worth your while.
In commemoration of its 20th anniversary, the Searchlight newspaper under the Norma Keizer Scholarship Foundation this week presented scholarships and bursaries to students here who were successful in the 2015 CPEA examinations. The beneficiaries are Zika Henry of the Sandhill Primary School and Giovanni Nanton of New Montrose, and a former pupil of the Fairhall Government School. The pair received full secondary school scholarships valued at $1,400, a grant which will then be increased to $1,600 per annum. One-off bursaries of $425 were also presented to Fernandez Charles of Chauncey, a student of the Kittels Government School, Chashane Morgan of New Prospect, Milicia Kwashi of Layu Government, and Kayla Francois of Spring Village Methodist School. Chairperson of the Norma Keizer Scholarship Foundation, Dr. Adrian Fraser, says the non-profit organization is pleased to assist in the educational development of the Vincentian students.
By offering 2 scholarships and 4 on-off bursaries, but we hope to expand even to the point of offering university scholarships, but that is down the road. So it is therefore a very modest but important time for us. I want to say that we had a difficult task selecting the students whom we have selected because well, it was based on performance at CPA and also needs, and we really had a difficult time doing that because all of the students did quite well and all were in need, so we had to try and make that kind of balance. And I want to add that we were able to provide those one-off bursaries because of a special grant from First Caribbean International Bank, and I want to thank them very much for that.
Secretary of the Foundation, Clare Keizer, says the organization will hold activities to generate funds and appeals to the public to assist in the Foundation's future activities.
Dr. Fraser spoke about what is our vision for the future and to set up a separate entity, which we have incorporated into a non-profit organization, the Norma Keizer Scholarship Foundation. That is a separate entity to Interactive Media, which is the company that publishes Searchlight newspaper, and we thought it best to separate the two because the Norma Keizer Scholarship Foundation will be engaging in fundraising to try to sustain this initiative. Interactive Media, which is Searchlight, has pledged to continue to support it, but we would need additional funds to be able to carry this foundation over the years. So we would need the support of the general public as we go forward when we launch our fundraising efforts. And already we have attracted a good deal of support, for which we're very appreciative. Mrs. Franz will mention these when she does the vote of thanks.
And in giving words of encouragement to the recipients, consultant to the Norma Keizer Scholarship Foundation, Dr. Walford Thompson, advised the students to live up to the name under which they have received the financial assistance.
This is very worthwhile because of the person in whose name this foundation has been established. Mrs. Norma Keizer had very humble beginnings, but you see, young people and friends, you need to realize that it is not where you begin, it's where you end up. And all of us can achieve whatever we determine to achieve if we're willing to pay the price in order to achieve that.
Dr. Thompson also emphasized the importance of being focused. He mentioned that many students get distracted by trivial things, such as gaining fame among their peers.
Students who are popular in school spend a lot of time entertaining their friends and being entertained by their friends. So I wish to encourage all of you who are going on to secondary school to bear in mind that you have 24 hours in a day, no more, no less. And what you do with that 24 hours is going to determine to a large extent where you end up as a human being, what kind of career you establish, what kind of legacy you leave behind. Because you need to apply yourself within that 24 hours to accomplish the things that you've set out. That could best be accomplished if you become focused. In other words, you determine what you want to accomplish with your life.
The Summer Crash Academy is assisting in getting students of the North Leeward constituency ready for back to school. through reading, science, and learning of arts and craft in a fun and controlled environment. The Academy, which was created by teachers, is in its 5th year and aims at helping students develop better reading and language skills while they have fun. The summer program is this year being held under the theme, Building Blocks to Our Children's Future. The program takes place at the Chumuka, Ontario Secondary School and caters for children between the ages of 7 to 12. It commences on Monday, August 10th. Founder of the program and educator Jolene Lewis is urging parents and guardians to allow their children this opportunity to make new friends while strengthening their minds.
9 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon, and it will be for 2 weeks. The program will end on the 22nd of August, where we'll be having our closing ceremony. And this year we're really focusing on reading and encouraging the children to read and to become avid readers. As a teacher, one of the problems you have in secondary schools is that children can't read. And technology is available to assist in that. And there's so many apps that you can download on the tablets to assist the children in the reading. We'll be doing science with them. They're going to be doing arts and crafts. We did Spanish last year. It's coming back again this year because the children really enjoyed the foreign language last year. So we have the Spanish coming in. We have a bus tour that we normally do. So we are going on a tour again. And we have a fun day on the 21st where it's just going to be fun for the children. So after all the learning, after all the activities, on the 21st we're having a fun day where other children from neighboring communities can come and participate and come and enjoy themselves with us. We have a bus tour where we're going to take them to the windward side.
Lewis is also encouraging businesses in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to get on board with the program by assisting in obtaining materials that the youths of North Leeward can take to school at the end of the program.
Registration fee is $25. That's the only fee that parents need to pay. That assists us because we provide the children at lunch, so that assists us in catering to that. Plus we provide all the materials that they're going to need for the art and craft. So it's not as if there's a fee for the art and craft program, a fee for the reading program. No, it's just a one-time registration fee. The business community, we have some folks who have been with us from day one and they're still with us, and we are really and truly grateful for their support.
We now hear from 2 of the past participants of the Summer Crash Academy program.
I'm inviting all the children of North Leeward to come and get registered for Summer Crash Academy Kids Workshop 2015 at the Chumuka, Ontario Secondary School. A fun time awaits you.
And you have been in the program before?
Yes, please. We had a very fun time. We did arts and craft, we did crocheting, we did IT, we did beading, we had a fun day, we did bus trips, we did hikes, we did a lot of fun, exciting things.
I had fun. I learned to read The Nocturne, The Princess Fairy, and it's written by Mary K. Smith. The Princess Fairies might have tiny and delicate, but they were much more powerful than most of the Wonderland creatures. Realize you see each of the fairies had a special magical ability.